Echoes of Eris, a prehistoric predator meets a modern titan. This is Random Dinosaur Facts, and today we embark on a rather extraordinary journey, a thought experiment that bridges millions of years and pits two remarkable creatures against one another in a hypothetical arena. Imagine, if you will, the arid plains of the late Cretaceous, home to a creature of swift intelligence and lethal design. Then, picture the sun-drenched savannas of our own time, dominated by a behemoth of muscle and horn, a true survivor of the ages. These are our contenders, separated by eons, yet brought together by our curiosity. A nimble, intelligent predator from the age of dinosaurs versus one of today's most powerful herbivores, a charging tank with a horn. It's the Velociraptor versus the rhinoceros. Who would win in this cross-era tooth and horn showdown? Let's break down this prehistoric versus modern-day matchup, feature by feature, and decide who takes the crown. We shall delve into their physical attributes, their armaments, their very nature to understand how such a confrontation might unfold. It is a clash of evolutionary strategies, a testament to the diverse forms life has taken on this planet. Titans of their time, a study in scale and structure. Let us first consider the sheer physical presence of our combatants. The Velociraptor, whose name conjures images of swift, feathered fury, was, in reality, a creature of more modest proportions than often depicted in popular culture. Standing perhaps little more than half a meter tall at the hip, and stretching around 2 meters in length, much of which was its balancing tail, it was a lightweight predator. Its estimated weight, a mere 15 to 20 kilograms, speaks to an anatomy built for speed and acrobatic prowess. Rather than overwhelming power, its bones were hollow, bird-like, reducing its overall mass significantly. This delicate yet efficient skeletal structure supported a wiry, muscular frame. Feathers, now widely accepted by the scientific community, would have adorned its body, perhaps offering insulation or playing a role in display, much like modern birds. These were not the scales of a lumbering reptile, but the plumage of an active, warm-blooded hunter. Its entire build was a testament to a life spent in pursuit, a life requiring bursts of incredible speed and the agility to navigate complex terrain. The Velociraptor was, in essence, a precision instrument of predation, honed by the Cretaceous environment. Contrast this, then, with the modern rhinoceros. Here we have a true heavyweight, a living bastion of mammalian power. Depending on the species, an adult rhino can weigh anywhere from 1 to over 3.5 tons. That's thousands of kilograms. It stands tall, often exceeding 1.5 meters at the shoulder, a formidable wall of muscle, bone, and incredibly thick skin. This is not an animal built for delicate maneuvers, but for steadfast endurance and the exertion of immense force. Its very presence reshapes the landscape it inhabits. The rhino skeleton is a marvel of engineering, designed to support its colossal weight. Massive, dense bones form a sturdy chassis, anchoring powerful muscles that propel this giant through its territory. Armaments of an ancient predator and a modern fortress. Now, let us turn our attention to the weaponry and defensive capabilities each of these remarkable animals possesses. The Velociraptor, though small, was exquisitely armed for its role as a predator. Its most iconic weapon was, of course, the formidable sickle-shaped claw on the second toe of each foot. This retractable digit, held aloft while walking, could measure over 6 centimeters along its outer curve. It was not primarily for slashing, as once thought, but more likely for gripping and pinning down struggling prey, perhaps even for disemboweling smaller victims once they were subdued. Complementing these lethal foot claws were the Velociraptor's jaws, lined with approximately 26 to 28 sharply serrated teeth on each side. These teeth were backward curving, perfectly designed for tearing flesh, not for crushing bone. They indicate a diet of relatively small animals, or perhaps a strategy of inflicting multiple bleeding wounds on larger prey. Its hands, too, were equipped with 3 sharply clawed fingers, capable of grasping and manipulating objects or prey with considerable dexterity. The Velociraptor was, in essence, a mobile arsenal of cutting and piercing tools. The primary defense of the Velociraptor, beyond its offensive capabilities, lay in its speed and agility, which we shall explore in more detail later. It possessed no significant armor, relying instead on its ability to evade danger and to strike with precision. Its keen senses, particularly its eyesight, would have been crucial in detecting threats and opportunities alike. This was a hunter that relied on outmaneuvering and outsmarting its adversaries, rather than absorbing direct attacks. The rhinoceros, in stark contrast, presents a very different suite of armaments and defenses. Its most prominent weapon is undoubtedly its horn or horns, as some species possess too. Chapter 3. Speed and Agility. These are crucial attributes in any confrontation, and here our two contenders present a fascinating contrast. The Velociraptor, as its very name suggests, Swift Caesar, was built for speed. Its long legs, lightweight skeleton, and balancing tail all point to an animal capable of rapid acceleration and nimble movements. Estimates of its top speed vary, but it was undoubtedly a fast runner for its size, perhaps capable of bursts reaching 40 kilometers per hour, or even more. This was essential for chasing down prey and evading larger predators in its Cretaceous world. But it wasn't just raw speed. The Velociraptor was likely incredibly agile. Its flexible spine, powerful leg muscles, and the stiffened tail acting as a dynamic stabilizer would have allowed it to make quick turns, to leap, and to maneuver with remarkable grace. Imagine it darting through undergrowth, its movements precise and controlled, able to change direction in an instant. This agility would have been a key component of its hunting strategy, allowing it to outwit and outflank its quarry, and a vital defensive tool. The rhinoceros, on the other hand, is a creature of immense power, and while not typically associated with nimble grace, it possesses a surprising turn of speed for an animal of its colossal size. Species like the black rhino can charge at speeds up to 55 kilometers per hour. This is a truly astonishing feat, considering the sheer mass they are propelling. This speed, combined with their bulk, makes a rhino charge an incredibly dangerous and often unstoppable force. Chapter 4. Beyond the physical attributes, the intelligence and behavioral patterns of these creatures would play a crucial role in any hypothetical battle. The Velociraptor, belonging to the Dromaeosauridae family, is often lauded for its presumed intelligence. Evidence, such as a relatively large brain-to-body size ratio compared to other dinosaurs, suggests a level of cognitive ability that was quite advanced for its time. This doesn't equate to human-level intellect, of course, but it does imply a capacity for complex behaviors. It is widely believed that velociraptors, or at least their close relatives, may have hunted cooperatively, in packs. While our scenario posits a one-on-one encounter, the inherent intelligence that allows for pack hunting, communication, strategy, coordinated attack, would still reside within an individual. A lone velociraptor might therefore be capable of assessing a situation, identifying weaknesses, and employing cunning tactics rather than relying solely on brute force or instinct. It might probe, test, and adapt its approach. Chapter 5. And so, we arrive at the heart of our inquiry, the hypothetical confrontation itself, staged in a neutral arena where neither combatant has a distinct environmental advantage. The Velociraptor, a vision of feathered agility and sharp weaponry, faces the rhinoceros, a veritable mountain of muscle, horn, and thick protective hide. The disparity in size is immediately apparent, the rhino towering over the diminutive dinosaur, its bulk many, many times greater. This physical imbalance sets the fundamental tone of the encounter. As the confrontation begins, the Velociraptor would likely rely on its superior speed and agility. It would circle the rhino, probing for weaknesses, its intelligent eyes assessing the colossal herbivore. The rhino, perhaps initially cautious or agitated by this unfamiliar, swift-moving creature, would eventually respond true to its nature. A snort, a pawing of the ground, and then the charge, a terrifying spectacle of tons of flesh and bone hurtling forward, its formidable horn aimed low. The raptor's only hope in this initial phase is evasion. It must use its quickness to sidestep the rhino's powerful rushes, a dangerous dance where a single misstep could prove fatal. The sheer force of impact from a rhino, even a glancing blow, could crush the Velociraptor's lightweight frame. The raptor might attempt to leap onto the rhino's back or flanks, seeking purchase with its claws, but the rhino's thick, often loose skin and its sheer size would make this an incredibly difficult feat to achieve and maintain, especially while the rhino thrashes and attempts to dislodge it. What of the Velociraptor's famed sickle claw? Against smaller prey, it could be a devastating weapon, used to pin and perhaps disembowel. Against the rhinoceros, however, its effectiveness is severely diminished. The rhino's hide is exceptionally thick, several centimeters in places, while the raptor's claw is sharp. Penetrating that dense armor to reach vital organs would be an immense challenge. Repeated strikes might inflict superficial wounds, drawing blood, causing irritation, but are unlikely to deliver a decisive blow quickly. So, who wins? After carefully considering their respective strengths and weaknesses, the Velociraptor's keen intellect, speed, and sharp claws against the rhinoceros's colossal size, impenetrable hide, and devastating horn, the outcome in this particular scenario becomes clear. It's a testament to the raw power that evolution can bestow upon a creature built for survival in a world of giants. In a one-on-one battle, the rhino wins almost every time. It's simply too big, too tough, and too powerful. The Velociraptor might have speed and smarts, but against a living tank like the rhinoceros, it's just outmatched. The sheer physics of the encounter, the disparity in mass and defensive capability, create an obstacle that the raptor's specialized predatory adaptations are unlikely to overcome in a direct confrontation. Still, never underestimate the raptor's agility and strategy. In a different setting with a pack, that would be a very different story. The intelligence and cooperative hunting that velociraptors may have been capable of could potentially change the dynamics significantly against even a formidable opponent like the rhino. But for now, in this singular duel, the crown belongs to the modern Titan. Who do you think would win? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our next prehistoric matchup.